Radio, TV, we are live. What's going on, Yvonne Baker? You're looking kind of cute. What's up with that?
I always look cute, you know that.
Welcome to the new season.
Yes.
Yay. And you know what that means, right? That means that we are almost at the end of 7 years. That means that we're heading into 8 years of being on air.
That's right. Huh?
When we take our break in the middle of the year. Well, actually, we ran over where we were supposed to be, but but that's okay. That's okay. We were having fun until I started like
tripping,
not knowing what the hell I was doing. I didn't know what show I was on. I was calling out the wrong names of the sponsors and what else? Calling Chris D and Richard D, and I was just a mess.
Had D, you just had D on the brain.
You know what? No. Yeah. No. I was tired. I was really, really tired, and I needed the break. I needed the break. How was your break?
Oh, you know what? It was a break. I needed one too.
But yeah, everybody.
I need another one.
You'll get another one.
Some of them need to go back on vacation.
No, not yet.
Oh.
We get another one, remember, at the end of December, between Christmas and New Year.
True.
Yeah, so we'll have 2 weeks off. Remember?
Yeah, we do.
So it'll happen. But I'm glad to be back.
I am too.
But we're missing D.
Yeah, he's
got some stuff he's got going on.
He's a BMW, black and working.
Yeah. Vroom vroom. Oh my God. Well, I just want to welcome everybody to Hot Topics Talk Radio TV, HTTR-TV. What's up, Jacqueline Price? Good to see you.
Hi, Jackie.
Jackie be following us everywhere, man. I love her.
I think she's our number one fan now.
She really is. She really, really is, So, and let me tell you, because I told you, well, you missed the picnic. So, you didn't even get a chance to meet Jacqueline. Jacqueline drove all the way down to come meet me.
Did she? Oh,
I didn't tell you that?
No.
Yes.
Oh, that was so nice, Jackie.
Yes. She is sweet as pie. She is, and just a beautiful lady. She really is. I just love her.
I wish I could have made it.
I know. Next time.
Honorary pilot.
Yes. So, tonight's topic, Kissin Cuzins.
They got quiet. Cricket.
Yeah. So I was actually listening to the Steve Harvey show after you told me about the show suggestion, right? And they had the thing, and I'm like, that's where Yvonne got this.
Yeah, I listened to it, and I'm like, oh, that would be perfect, because we've never done this show this topic before.
No, we haven't.
And I thought when they were talking about, and they were engaged. They were engaged to be married, and it came up that they were in there in the restaurant getting the food,
right,
and cakes and stuff, and then they got to talking about. But my thing was, how in the heck are you gonna be together for 3 years and not talk about where you were, where you've been, where you've lived, your family, your lifestyle? That part of it didn't make sense.
See, that's the part that I didn't understand, is that very thing that you just said. When did you guys talk?
Maybe they were too busy doing other things.
Well, of course. But when did they ever talk? But wait. But see, in the letter, it stated that they had met each other's immediate family. Like immediate would be like the father, the mother, that kind of thing. But even still, you didn't know where each of your prospective in-laws had come from?
I guess they just never got around to it until they were choosing their wedding nuptials. And
That's crazy.
I know that part just didn't make sense. But yeah, I thought it was really interesting.
So let me ask you a question, because obviously when you get into a relationship and you start having sex, you become each other's best friend, basically, right?
Right.
You fall in love.
Okay.
Hence the engagement.
Okay.
Okay. So now what when you find out you're cousins?
Well,
Okay, wait. So let me add something. If you had found out that you were the cousin of your fiance, what would you do? That sounds like the show. What would you do?
what would you do? You know what? I would really have to find out how close of a cousin that we are, because after a certain number.
The generation, you mean?
Well, yeah. Well,
Okay.
Because you have first cousins, second, third, fourth.
Then you got some first and second, 3 and 4 removed.
Exactly. So that would be the top priority, is to find out how far into this cousin thing are we. So now if we're too close, and I'm assuming they were young. If they're too close, they can't. Even if they continue with the wedding, they can't have kids. The bloodline is too thick.
Well, Stephanie said her mom had double cousins. And as a matter of fact, I had double cousins on my grandmother's side.
Did they have kids?
No.
There you go.
No, there's no there you go, because that would end the show.
No, I don't mean that part. They didn't want to. They were double cousins. Well, Stephanie, how close of cousins were they?
I know. Were they second generation, third? Because see, if you're young, like I'm assuming like this couple that had written the letter, this person that had written the letter for Steve Harvey's Shirley's strawberry letter. If they were young, now you have to still worry about genetics. You have to worry about the gene pool. Exactly. Because it has been proven. Oh, shoot.
What? You said it.
They were first cousins.
Oh, wow.
Oh, Steph. Wow. Serious? OMG.
That was
that's too damn close. That's like being brother and sister, because the blood is so thick there.
It is.
Wow.
I couldn't
even imagine, though.
You know what? I had a crush, nothing else, but I had a crush on two of my first cousins.
No.
Yes.
Get out of town.
I did. One was chocolate, one was yellow.
Oh, wait a minute. That don't matter. Hold on. That doesn't matter. I don't care what they look like. The issue that I have is that when you're first cousins, that's just like being brothers and sisters.
Well, yeah, but I mean, it wasn't like we were, we didn't marry or anything like that, and we didn't wasn't intimate. But yeah, I had a crush on two of my first cousins.
Oh, wow. See, I never had a crush on any of my cousins because they were like brothers.
But see, and I don't know if it was because we were so close, because that's all I had was cousins. And
Okay, yeah, because you were only child.
yeah, so
But
it
but
was
did you grow up together?
not really, no.
That's why. That's why.
Yeah.
Because you didn't grow up together. Because see, like Aunt Sammy's sons, right?
Hmm.
I could never see having a crush on Charlton. I mean, I love you, Charlton, because I know you probably look at the show. But I could never have a crush on Charlton or my cousin Byron or my cousin Michael or cousin Paul, or because we were like so close, even though they were in Texas, I'd go every summer, so we watched each other grow up. So,
Well, see, my cousins, when I realized I had a crush on my cousin, how old was Bubba? Bubba was probably,
Bubba,
his name was Milton. Oh, Bubba.
Bubba,
But a black Bubba at that.
I had an Uncle Bubba.
That's right. Yeah. But he was probably in his early 20s.
Okay. How
And
old were you?
I was about a year or two behind him.
Okay.
So yeah, we used to hang out because he was in the Marines, and
Okay.
he was stationed at Camp Pendleton, and I'd go down and visit, and he'd come to SoCal and visit, and I think that's when I realized I had a crush on him, but I never, and I really think he had one on me because he would tell his wife that she needed to be more like me.
Oh, see, Bubba would be gone.
Bubba,
Bubba would be going bye-bye.
Bubba went bye bye bye.
Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. What's up, Malcolm? So at what point do you say that this is not what you're supposed to be doing? I mean, that's just like if, say, for instance, and this happens where a brother and sister could hook up and not know their brother and sister. I've
Yeah,
heard of that. I've
I
heard of that happening.
I saw that episode on Maury Povich.
Actually, I know it happened
Oh,
with
I
someone.
know what happened.
Yeah. Yeah. I know that happened with someone, and it was heartbreaking. And even not being in that situation and just hearing the turmoil that these people were going through because they had slept together, they had been together for a number of years, only to find out that the daddy had stepped out,
Yeah.
and then they come together and figure out, oh boy, later on, a few years later, that they are brother and sister.
But they never
And
had children, hopefully.
no,
Yeah.
they were together for years, but they didn't marry. But just to cut off that relationship based on a bloodline is devastating, because I saw this person go through this. So that's not on. Well, I think cousins, brothers and sisters, I think it's going to be the same thing because there's still a relative bloodline there.
But that really just depends on how close you are in generations.
Mm-hmm.
Now, if you're first, second, and third, I think the cutoff would be third cousins.
Well, Jacqueline says if you are deemed any type of cousin, related or not, can't go there.
But if you know,
Hi, Alexis. Oh, I'm sorry. I got excited.
but that's only if you knowingly go there. But if you don't know that you're cousins, that's why family reunions are so important.
It starts with people telling the damn truth. Don't you think?
Yeah,
Because, like Lexi just said, right? She said, throw the whole father away for not telling the children,
yeah.
you know? Because he's the culprit. He's the one that's, sticking and moving.
I actually have some cousins whose father was wherever he laid his hat was his home. So
Oh.
they had 11. My aunt had 11 kids,
Mm-hmm.
9 boys, and all total, at last count, there were about 22 of them. So
No way.
yeah, way. So what they do is, in order to make sure that they're not related when they get with, you know, another woman, they ask them, "Who was your father? Do you know who your father was? Where did you live?" I mean, they go down. They have a whole list that they go through because they don't know all of their siblings.
But okay, set aside that. Shouldn't that be happening anyway? Even if you think that you're the only child, right?
Yeah,
If you were to meet a man today and you guys are both in Texas, well, don't give me that smirk. And you both are in Texas, wouldn't you have the conversation about, so where are your family? Where are they from? Did you live close to 8th Street? Did you live across the tracks? Did you live near?
well,
Yeah.
see, I kind of do that, especially now that I'm here. But you know what? It really don't matter where you are. I mean, look at us. We were all the way in California,
That's true.
and God
Thank
forbid.
God we're not lesbian. I just had to say it. Okay.
That wouldn't count anyway.
Okay, so you tell the story of how we found out we were cousins years later, ladies and gentlemen.
Years later, who was this in '03?
Yeah, about 03.
So we were both at working for this huge company in Orange County, and I was on light duty. Toni was working in the office. We Now there's only like a handful of black people there. So we're both downstairs. She's on one end of the building. I'm on the other end of the building. So I'm like, you know what? It's not that many of us, so we need to, at least speak. So I walked over and I'm like, "Hey, how you doing? I'm Yvonne." Toni goes, "I'm Toni."
You know me, bubbly social butterfly.
Yes, yes. So we get to talking and then find out that we don't really live that far from each other. So we made arrangements to go and have dinner one evening. So we're sitting in the restaurant, and we just started talking. Toni asked me. She said, "Where did you say you're from?" I said, "Oh, girl, you never even heard of this place." So I said, "Temple." She said, "Oh my God, my mom is from Temple." So then we started putting little pieces together, and, well, do you know these people? Do you know these people? Well, what about these people? I said, "Well, do you know these people?" So I said, "Okay, well, you know what? Let me call my dad." So I called my dad, and he's like, I said, I threw out some names. He's like, "Yeah, that's my first cousin." Come to find out, it was your mom are related to
The Mosleys.
The Mosleys.
Mm-hmm.
So that's how we found out that we have a bloodline.
Yay! But yeah, just like how we found out, that could have been like, I could have been a guy, you could have been a girl, you could have been a guy, I could have been a girl. But at least we were talking about it.
Well, normally that's what you do. You talk about, your
where you come from. Yeah.
Because for all you know, you sit there and you talk to somebody, that person could be a molester. I mean, he or she could be anything. Maybe wanted for what is it? America's Most Wanted.
Yeah. Okay. And then let me tell you another story. This is how I know that I sometimes need to keep my mouth shut. And I'm glad that Stephanie brought this up. Okay. She said, Toni, remember Cannon when we worked at Cannon together. That's how I met Stephanie. It's been how many years? It's been 100 years ago since I met Stephanie, I think. And I met Stephanie while I was eating. So I trained her to eat. So listen, I was working for Cannon, me and Stephanie, and I was going to Texas, leaving for Texas, and they were bringing in a new CEO to Cannon. Mm-hmm. And he came around, he met everybody, and he had given me a name of people there in Texas to get in contact with for Cannon. Mm-hmm. And so I'm at my mom's house, and I have my phone book out, and I said, and let me call Ollie to let him know that I made it. And she looked at the name and she said, Ollie Hatch. I said, yeah. I said, that's the new president of the company. She's like, where is he from? And I said, from Texas. And she said, hold on. I wonder if his father's name is Ollie Hatch. And I said, well, I don't know. And she's like, you sure you don't know anything else about him? No. So I called him back. I asked him some of the questions that my mother had told me to ask. Lo and behold, Ollie Hatch is my second cousin.
But see, Toni, and you have to be careful.
You know what?
Everywhere we go, I don't care where it was, Toni met someone she was related to.
Absolutely.
Even at where she's working now, she met somebody.
Exactly.
And we're here in Nevada. What are the odds? Well, she's there in Nevada. But what are the odds of her meeting somebody that she's related to?
All the time.
In California. Oh, that's my cousin. Oh, that's my... And I'm like, well, damn, can you go anywhere without meeting a relative?
Just meeting anybody. That's the whole thing. Whole thing. Everywhere I go, I could go from here to Timbuktu. Okay? And somebody will come up to me and go, ooh, and I say, yeah, I know them too. I can't help it. It's just what happens. It's just what happens. But that same happening can happen when people are dating and don't realize, because this world is a lot smaller than we think. It really, really is, and you got to be careful. So just imagine how many people are out there that are the result of a relationship between cousins. Scary thought.
It is.
Or brothers and sisters.
Yep.
Scary thought. It happens.
It does.
It happens, Oh my God. So before I was going to come online tonight, I was actually going to try and do a little research, but I didn't get a chance because my circumstance. I thought I was going to be a grandmother tonight.
But the little diva.
It didn't happen. So she's back at home. I'm back. And I still don't have a grandbaby, but I spent a lot of gas money. But I was going to try and do some research on and look up some things about the numbers as far as, you know, when you get into these relationships and you end up having children. I wanted to find out what the statistics actually show of people who are intermingling their bloodline and having children, and what the result of those children, what, you know, the outcome as far as, you know, their learning capabilities, any disabilities that they may have, things of that nature, because they said that as close as the bloodline can be, and this is what I've heard over the years, and I'm sure you have too, the closer the bloodline is, when you are intermingling that blood, the more possibilities that your children will have
Deformities.
issues, right? Issues, deformities, right?
Do you know, I have, I work with special needs,
Mm-hmm.
and I see so many, um, we have so many clients that have disabilities.
Mm-hmm.
And I just kind of wonder how can, now we live, where I work is a small community. It's small. You know how small Temple is.
Oh yeah, yeah.
And I'm wondering, how does so many kids or so many people have children with this many people with disabilities?
Could that be a reason?
Now with this, I'm kind of thinking that could be because, there's so much, there's so many, with the city being so small, and they're having, babies having, kids having babies, and with this girl or that guy, and
Yeah.
nobody knows anything about it, and then they grow up and then they have kids, and they related in some type of way. So it could be, but of course we don't know because nothing ever, we can't, that
Nobody's telling.
is not divulged to us. Yeah.
Nobody's telling. So I'm going to ask the audience. Have you ever found out that you were, hitting it up with a cousin?
Tell the truth.
I know. Could you be brave enough to tell the truth? Tell the truth.
Truth or dare.
OMG. So let me ask you this question. If it were to happen right now, because I think I asked this before, did you answer? I think one of my pieces of hair is on my eyelash. If you met someone that you were, hitting it off with, everything, sex was bomb, all of that, and you find out it was a cousin, no matter what the generation was, first, second, third, whatever, would you call it off? Hey, Melvin Clark.
Are you talking to me?
Yeah. Oh, you're the only one here.
I've been asking the viewers. Well, you know what, Toni? If it was like that, being at the age I am now,
oh
hell
boy,
no.
You wouldn't call it off?
Hell no.
Oh damn.
He have kids. He can't produce none.
He can still produce kids.
Well, he couldn't produce it with me.
So what do you tell the family? What do you tell the family like me? Do you tell me that it's a cousin?
It ain't none of y'all business.
So you could be dating somebody that's actually related. And I'm going to find out who it is anyway because I know everybody.
Ain't nobody's business but mine and his.
So Lexi says it would be disgusting. You don't think so?
Well, I guess I'm just disgusting then.
You nasty.
No, you know what? No, I'm BSing, really. I would probably call it off. Honestly,
would you?
Yeah. Because that would be, to me, that would be more like incest.
It would.
Yeah. And so I would call it off because I couldn't. I mean, going from great relationship, great being intimate to who said that?
Alexis. So Alexis used to work with me before she abandoned me. Okay. She was my best assistant. She helped me with my job fairs. They knew we were out there cutting up. Okay. I took Alexis everywhere I went. She said, "You get your freak out."
Yeah, no, I couldn't enjoy it after that.
That would be kind of creepy.
Yeah. Once I found out, I wouldn't be able to enjoy it.
Do you think that a man would cut it off, or do you think a woman would cut it off more than a man would?
I think the woman would quicker than a man would.
Yeah. Why?
I don't know. Women, I think, have more morals than men.
I think you're right. I think you might be right on that one. OMG.
Let's clarify, not all men now. So don't you men get offended.
I know, because then your messages be blowing up. You said.
But there are some men, they don't care who they do it with.
What? Oh, wow. Melvin Clark. See, I know Melvin Clark. I know everybody. So he said you probably would call it off, but if it was the bomb, it's going to be hard not to double back. See?
For old time's sake.
You know, like knock on the door, boom, 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 boom. Well, you know, remember when you had my leg way over there and my head was on the other end?
And I was crying.
Then you finish and say, "Okay, see you at the family reunion." Oh my God. Okay, I gotta stop cutting up because see, it's hot in here. Y'all see sweat rolling down. Melvin said, "I knew I would get you." You're right, Melvin. You're right. You got us. You got us. Oh my God. Let me take this time though to recognize our sponsors. We are sponsored by FES Protection. Miss Stephanie Warren Jenkins, FES Protection Plan. Make sure that you check her out. She can help you with your credit. Also sponsored by the Urban Sentinel. Thank you, Mr. Reggie Kearney, who happens to also be, I am like burning up over here. I'm like looking for more water. He is the editor-in-chief of the Urban Sentinel, also host of Real World News TV, Mr. Reggie Kearney. So for more information about the Urban Sentinel, check him out by going to urbansentinel.com or check him out from going to our website. Also sponsored by Miss Gina Smith at SPMG Media. So thank you, Miss Gina Smith. She helps make sure that we stay relevant in the news all over the world. We are worldwide. She is hitting 12 countries for us, and we are doing quite well. Hence, almost 8 years. So, thank you, Miss Gina Smith. For more information regarding our sponsors, head on over to our website at hottopicstalkradio.com/sponsors. Check out what they do for us, and then maybe you can get some things going for yourself with them. So all of our sponsors, again, Roland D is sitting out tonight on our season opener. He's out there making all that big money, doing what he does. So we send our love to Mr. Roland D. He'll be back with us next week on Wednesday. Also, I want to tell you about tomorrow night, Man to Man TV with Richard Hall and Chris Smith. Them some crazy ass men. They are. Yeah, I was going to say no, but no, they are. They are crazy as hell. So make sure that you come and check them out tomorrow night. I might sit in with them tomorrow night, maybe, because it's the season opening. But check them out tomorrow night, Man to Man TV with Richard Hall and Chris Smith. They'll be going on at 7:00 p.m. Pacific, 9:00 Central, and 10:00 on the East Coast. I'm out of practice. Don't give me that look, Yvonne. Okay.
I'm trying to figure out what the hell you just said on the time.
Didn't I tell you right now?
Okay,
I did.
What's the time?
7:00 p.m. Pacific, 9:00 Central, and 10:00 on the East Coast.
See, if you had your glasses or contacts, you wouldn't have to squint.
Actually, I have one.
Oh, you went back to one?
I see okay with one.
So, squinting.
Am I?
Yes, there you go. There you go. Yeah.
Actually, I see fine with one. It's when I get in the car.
Hey, y'all watch her. Hey, see, in Vegas, watch out for her car.
Oh my God. No, it's not. I wouldn't be any different than the rest of them. They drive like crazy people here.
Yes, they do.
They really do. So anyway, back to it. So Jacqueline, let's see. Jacqueline says some people would be cool having babies with feet and hands mixed up.
And you know what? When Brandon was having one of his girls, I was in an elevator with a young lady, her husband, and their child. She refused to have the baby aborted because the baby was going to have deformities. So, and the mother is like, why would you bring a child into the world that you're going to have to take care of the rest of your life?
Not only that, but the children suffer.
Then that's something that I would not wish upon my worst enemy, because it's now if the child was already here and something happened,
that's something different.
That's something different. But you already know that child is going to have issues, lots and lots of issues.
But then what kind of quality of life is that?
None for the child, or you are the child.
Yeah, that's tough.
I had before I had my son, my oldest son, I came down with rubella measles. And the doctors told me that I was pregnant. So they told me that it was a 50-50 chance that the child would have disabilities.
Really?
So I had to make a choice to bring that child into the world, not knowing what's going to happen. And this was the hardest thing I had. This was one of the hardest.
That's a big decision.
But so that I wouldn't bring that child into the world with disabilities, and knowing that I wouldn't be able to support it, or I'd have to put him, he or she, into some type of home, I decided to have the abortion. But I mean, that was one of the hardest decisions I ever made, and it took me, I don't know how long to get over that.
I'm sorry, my
because
camera
I don't believe in abortions.
Yeah. But my camera had just left. I'm sorry. But let me ask you this question though. But even not believing
One thing that I needed to do.
Right, but not believing in abortions, then in the instance that are you there?
Okay.
Wait. Are you there?
You can hear me out there, but I am. Everything's frozen.
What about now? Are you there? Are you guys seeing me? Are you seeing me? We're having some situational things going on here with our technical thing. We just froze. I'm not sure why. Are you guys seeing me? Somebody send me a message. Oh, good. Can you see me? Okay, you're back.
I can hear you now, but I can't see you. You just froze.
Serious?
Yeah, it's just a blank.
Oh,
Now.
Lexi says she can hear me and she sees me. Let me. How about now?
There you is.
Yay!
I was just talking, all of a sudden you had the same expression on your face.
It's like, this bitch must be really bored. She's not even saying anything. Oh my God. That's what happens when you deal with technology.
Yes, and you're live.
Yeah, anything can happen. Good thing that we both know how to talk to ourselves. We have learned over the years that we can talk to ourselves and it will be okay.
Well, that's what I was saying, so.
Because I forgot what I was asking you. I was going to ask you a question.
Oh. Well, it was, I mean, I had an abortion, so.
Oh, well, show over. Yvonne had an abortion, so that's all that we have to say. So we're going to get out of here. Oh my gosh. But we are coming up on the last 15 minutes, and I'm going to try and take this to a turn. Okay. And I just want to ask this. Well, I have this question.
No, I thought you, because you know how we diverse. It's not one of those, is it?
Yes and no. But does it matter?
No.
Okay. So anyway, what do you think about Omarosa?
Oh, this bitch.
We haven't had a chance to talk. So I'm going to use this last 15 minutes.
I can't stand this Uncle Tom bitch.
Oh.
Excuse me. I'm sorry. Who?
Oh. Beep.
Hi,
Girl, I got me clutching my pearls. So what do you think about her?
You know what? I think now that Trump can't use her anymore, I think she's telling the truth. I believe what she's saying. But I just think that she needs to go sit her black ass down somewhere. Let them have the tapes. I mean, she'd already made a fool out of herself. First on what was that show?
She's been on a many of them. She's making her rounds, getting her money.
No, I'm talking about Trump's show.
The Apprentice?
The Apprentice. He fired her ass from there. Then he gonna bring her back as what was it, advisor or something like that. What in the hell can she advise?
Not a damn person. But let me ask you this question, though, because I know that we both dislike her, but I know that we haven't had a chance to talk. We've been, on a break. And when we say break, we break. But I guess my question would be is that now some of this stuff that she's saying in this book, Unhinged, and I'm not trying to plug her book because I'm not saying go out to buy it because I'm not going to buy it. I'm not making her more rich than what she is.
Nope.
Trying to keep my coins. Do you think that she would have eventually come out with all of the stories, say after Trump had come out of the White House or whatever? Do you think that just because she fires, she's become vindictive?
She might have, but I really think right now she is being vindictive, and she's telling all. But my thing is when you're going into a job like working at the White House, don't you have to sign some type of paper or something?
You're supposed to, yeah, you're supposed to, just like with what we do, you know, we have to have non-disclosures too, you know, but with when you're talking about a government agency, you know, some things you just know you can't do, and they're going to make sure that they can hold you to the carpet. Same way, I don't even know how she would have even gotten a cell phone or any other kind of recording device in the situation room to
And she
tape her.
got 200 of them.
Yeah, but she took something in the situation room where you cannot. You are banned from using mobile devices.
She took her phone. That's what they were saying. How was she allowed to take her phone into the situation room? Because whether she was being fired or just having a normal conversation,
She didn't know what that conversation was going to be.
so, but she's not supposed to have that phone in her possession.
Right. So what you had just alluded to was that there's 200 recordings. That means that she's been recording the whole time that she's been sitting in the White House.
Yeah, she'd have to.
So do we call her a spy, a domestic spy?
Double agent?
Yeah. Do we? I mean, really?
You know what? It's, you know, unless you are paranoid
Mm-hmm.
and you're out to get these you know, all this dirt on different people,
Mm-hmm.
how would you get this many recordings? Why would you take
What? Right. Right. So what would be the reason?
That was no, I don't know, but there was an ulterior motive for her going in, getting all these recordings.
Yeah.
It's
yeah.
like she recorded every conversation, even with, and who in the heck is this woman, something Trump, that they that offered her this position to back or Trump for $180,000. You know that $180,000 is going a long way. You know,
I didn't hear that.
This some representative of Trump. The last name is Trump. I can't remember her first name, but she made, and Omarosa recorded the conversation. She made a offer to Omarosa to.
I remember now. She is a Trump. It's one of the kids' sister-in-law. It's a sister-in-law somehow. But she is a Trump.
Oh, okay. And she offered her $180,000.
Yep.
Ordered that too.
So let me ask you this question, because I was asking this question last night on Real World News, and we were talking about, of course, politics, right? But did Omarosa ever have a black card?
A black card?
Yeah, I mean, some people say we should give her black card back. You know, be amongst the brothers and the sisters. Did she ever have a black card?
You know, that's a good question. I don't know, because I really didn't know her until I found out that she was engaged to the guy from
8 Mile.
Yeah.
Not 8 Mile.
Green Mile.
Yeah.
And that's when I really paid attention to her. And then when she was on The Apprentice. So other than that, I don't know nothing about the woman.
I found out something very interesting about her last night that Chera had looked up. I didn't know that this crazy woman was an ordained minister. That's the look I got. That's the same look I had last night when she said to me, go back and look at the show. Because when she said it, I'm like, huh? What?
Well, who is she ordained to? The devil?
She's an ordained minister. She went to seminary school and earned her degrees. and earned her pastoralship.
Well, whoop-de-doo for her.
I know. But you know what I think bothers me about Omarosa is the fact that, and I'm so glad because I like other people's opinions. And you can agree with me or not agree with me, but the problem that I have with Omarosa is that she made everything good for the moment when it suited her. When she knew that she could tell people that you're going to bow down to Donald Trump as a candidate and as a president, I had a problem with that because she knew that she was going to be picked up to come into the White House and sit around the table. But come to find out, she really wasn't sitting around the table. Then I had a problem with her when it came to just being not black. And then gonna say, well, like in some of her interviews that she's been doing just here recently, she says, well, now that I'm out of the White House, what other black or African American?
She only represents herself. She was all self-serving. She don't care nothing about her community or anybody else but Omarosa. All righty then.
I don't know what is going on here. I really don't. It's like I'm here one minute, I'm not the next. So I'm back. Now Yvonne is coming back with me. I have no idea what this is about, but can you see me?
I can now.
I don't know what the hell is going on.
It just went off.
Yeah, it just went off. Malcolm says that Omarosa flip-flops too much to trust her, and she was helping Trump get in office. She disrespected her own people. Jacqueline says her and Trump are a match made in heaven.
Or hell.
Either way.
Well, it's not heaven.
Could be their heaven. Their hell is their heaven.
I guess that's where they're yeah.
Oh my gosh. Well, I've enjoyed tonight.
I have too.
I know. We're down to 5 minutes. And do you want to say anything in relation to anything that we have discussed tonight?
Just do your homework, people. Ask questions. Find out where they come from, who their mama and daddy is, who their grandparents is. Because it just seems like a big world, but it really isn't. It's a small world.
It really is.
Especially if you're from you know that you're from a small town. Hell, even if you're from a big town.
Yeah.
You need to find out, who you're dating, who you're laying down with.
Mm-hmm.
That could be your brother from another mother. So, we all just have to be a little bit more observant and inquisitive on who we get with.
I totally agree. I don't even have anything to say after that. I mean, what more can you say? Just stop sticking it in anywhere.
Men.
And ladies, stop letting them just stick you anywhere.
Exactly. Well, now, Toni, anywhere.
And that's just the way things come out for me. I have no filter. I do,
no,
but
some people like being stuck anywhere.
That's going to be the next show, ladies and gentlemen. Where do you like to be stuck? That's a good show. was a good show.
That'll last for 10 minutes.
Oh my God. What's up, Herbert Lawrence? How you doing? The business is fine. Hope you're doing well as well. All right. So I really want to thank everybody who had tuned in tonight. We were having some fun. First show of our season, second part of the 2018 year. And tonight, Roland D was sitting out, but we do expect him to come on back and join us here next week on Wednesday. You can make sure to follow Hot Topics Talk Radio TV on Facebook. Just go to the page, pull up Hot Topics Talk Radio, and it'll come up. Like us, okay? Follow us. You'll get information on when the shows are going to be aired, and those shows that are coming up, like Where Do You Like to Be Stuck?
Well, I know you don't want to tell that now.
I get like this when I'm tired. Okay, so it's just I get
you must be exhausted then.
I am, because it's like as soon as I get off air, you know what I'm gonna do? No, first I'm gonna take my eyelashes off, then I'm going to bed. Can't wake up with an eyelash stuck up here. Okay, I'm done. But I do want to thank everybody who tuned in tonight. We have really enjoyed being in front of you again. We did miss you. We missed you a lot. I know I did. And again, Roland D will be back with us next week on Wednesday. Make sure that you come on back tomorrow night with Man to Man Radio with Richard Hall and Chris Smith. I'll be sitting in maybe for about 15, 20 minutes. That's about it. And tonight, who's crazy? Be quiet, Melvin. Don't let me take it back to like old school back in the day. You know, I'll fight brothers. No, I'm kidding you, Melvin. But we really do appreciate you sticking it out with us and supporting everything that we have been doing thus far here on the Hot Topics Talk Radio Network. Make sure that you do follow us on Facebook under Hot Topics Talk Radio, as well as heading on over to our Facebook or to our website at hottopictalkradio.com. There you can find out more information regarding all of the shows, all of the hosts, and some of the resources that we have available through some of our community leaders and partners. Make sure that you check out more information about our sponsors and also support them. They do need your business. And one last thing I do want to say, get ready for those midterm elections. It's very important that we as Black people support what is supposed to be our right to do. And that is to get out and vote. Get these crazy ass people out of the White House. We can do better than what we are doing, not only for ourselves, but as a country. So make sure that you start lining yourself up. That election is going to happen in 74 days. So that means you have all the time in the world to figure out where your polling area is. And I don't mean to make this a political show, but it is important that we take advantage of what is our right. The right to vote is what our ancestors and those coming after and before them have fought so very hard for us to do. So make sure that you take.
I just want to say that that 2016 election, everybody's sitting back waiting for everybody else to go out and vote. You see what we ended up with? Because all these folks too lazy to get up off their behind and go down there and do what our ancestors fought so hard for us to do.
Amen.
We got this.
Mm-hmm.
And now we're trying to get this out and taking, an act of God to get this man out of office.
Right.
So
right.
We all get out and vote. Don't sit back and wait for somebody else to do it.
Yeah.
You got to do it.
Yeah, I agree with you, Miss Yvonne. It is important. It's very important. And I just thought I'd add that in for tonight. making that the last word, you know, and from here until the election period, I will be reminding you to vote. You have to vote. That is what we have worked so hard to do. So if you want to see change, then you have to take part in it. And don't go with this falsehood and the fallacies that your vote doesn't count. I've heard a lot of people say, well, it doesn't matter because of the electoral college vote. It does matter. Don't be fooled and don't be bamboozled when people tell you that it does not matter. It matters. Okay. So from here on out to the election period, we will be reminding you to do your duty and vote.
And remind all the people that you're around to get out and vote.
Take somebody to the polls with you.
Yeah, reach out and grab somebody and take them out there with you.
Yeah, you've got teenagers who are coming of age. Show them the process. Be a part of them being a part of history. Show them the process.
So we're going to get off our soapbox now?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Well, see, you have to do a special with me. What special, Melvin? Hit me up, Melvin. Tell me what it's about, okay? Make it good. Make it good. I don't just do anything. How can you say that after 2 terms of Obama? Huh?
Huh?
How can you say that after 2 terms of President Obama? Duh. I don't know. I'm reading. I don't know. You guys are confusing me. It doesn't take much. I might not be blonde, but follicles are.
Let me see. Hold your head down. Oh,
all right. So we're going to go ahead and get out of here. I really do thank you guys for tuning in tonight and being with me and Yvonne tonight. We really do enjoy you, but we're going to go ahead and get out of here. Make sure that, yes, Melvin, send me a message. Okay. Make sure that you tune in next Wednesday night for Hot Topics Talk Radio TV with me, Roland D, and Miss Yvonne Baker, that lady right there. Make sure that you tune in next week on Wednesday. The show always starts at 8 o'clock p.m. Pacific, 10 o'clock Central, and 11 o'clock on the East Coast. Hot Topics Talk Radio, where it's real people, real issues, real talk. You ready to get out of here, Miss Yvonne?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. So I'm going to go ahead and put the banner up, and that's going to mean that we are out of here. You ready? All right. All right, you guys. Good night, everybody. Love you.
Love you.
HTTR-TV, you are now clear.